now 2 o'clock, but welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I really can't believe that Kelly and I started this webinar journey 6 weeks ago, and now here we are on our third live webinar presentation. So we really appreciate the attendance and the feedback. Any suggestions that you have, we're really more than happy to hear from you. We want to tailor these webinars to be what it is that you guys want. So please make sure that you're reaching out to your rep and just letting us know any suggestions or topics that you'd like to talk about. All right, Kel, well, it's 2:01. Why don't we get to it?
All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining us. As Jessica mentioned, this is our third webinar, and today we're going to be talking all about Maxim Lighting and ET2 and Studio M.
So just, some housekeeping. Obviously, this is Kelly and myself from Ricci Sales. We work for mainly a lighting agency. We represent about 10 different lighting companies, along with some accessory companies. So we have Howard Elliott and Level 57 as well. But today we are focusing on Maxim and ET2. Again, it's really nice to show the whole team. I know our faces are here, but of course we also have Steve Ricci, our president of Ricci Sales Agency. We have Ryan and Jeff Eisenhower, who are head of showroom sales. The lovely Rob Antonecchia, who is our showroom and builder sales. And we also have our amazing office support. So for those of you who have not had the pleasure of, either talking to these ladies or emailing with them, we have Mary Azalina, who is showroom support. She is, amazing. Terry Davis, who is also design support. Terry Marcelleri, who is our office manager. And then Jane Spellman, who handles all of our RGA parts, anything like that. And then in addition, we have our support team. So we have Tom and Joe, who are out in the field helping with installs or complications, things like that. So we have a really great, well-rounded team. I'm so happy to be a part of it. And just wanted to remind you that even though you have myself, Jessica Mason, and Kelly Taylor here today with you, that obviously we are here on behalf of the entire Ricci Sales.
Getting all warm and fuzzy inside. I love it. Strong team for sure. So like Jessica said, we're going to be talking about Maxim and ET2 today. I love the story of Maxim and ET2. It's this great American dream story. So Jacob Sperling immigrated to the United States in the 1960s. He began creating these beautiful light fixtures from his garage at night and sold them literally out of his station wagon by day. I mean, such an incredible story. Yes, Maxim is still very much deeply rooted in family. The next generation, Naomi, Nathan, Adina, and Dahlia are now at the helm. It really is just this wonderful, deep-rooted family story. And I think it's just incredible to see how it started from such humble beginnings to where the company is today.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Ooh. And speaking of where they are today, now we have over 1 million square foot of footprint for Maxim Lighting spread across 2 manufacturing facilities. They're bi-coastal, both on the West Coast and East Coast, 6,000 SKUs and employs over 250 employees in 5 countries.
Yeah. It's really a tribute to have our
It's a great story. Great story. So today we're going to be covering Maxim, ET2, and Studio M. We're going to take you through some of the products today. So we're excited to share them with you.
So when we talk about products, and obviously everybody on here is somebody who sells products, we really talk about the value, the perceived value to the buyer. And when you talk about value, there's 2 really important factors that come into play. It's great price and great design. Sometimes you might have a very high-end design, an amazing design that comes with a higher price, and that's okay. And a customer might, find that of a great value. You might have, a little lesser of a design, but an incredibly low price that can be, no questions asked. So Maxim and ET2 have products that range all different price levels. Also, they also have products that, fit every single application. So on this page here, you have, anywhere from a multi-million-dollar home to a more, everyday American home. We have products that can be in hotels, multi-units here. We have simple things that go in, bedrooms, apartment buildings, corridors, office rooms, meeting rooms, bathrooms. We have it all. So when we talk about Maxim and ET2, they are 2 very well-rounded out companies with a lot of products. Mm. In addition, ET2 has, ET2 is one of the leader in LED technology. They've been around for about 30 years, and they've always been at the cutting edge of LED. So we have a lot of smart home lighting built into our fixtures. On the bottom right-hand corner here, you can see this is the iCorona. And this comes with fully changing LED color temperatures. So we have an app in the App Store for Androids and Apples that can be downloaded, and you can control this right from your phone. You can add this to a smart home system. You can put this on timers. You can, merge a lot of different things. So it's a really, they're really ahead of their time, I guess. And, everything is smoothed out. As a tribute to that, we have won a lot of we have won the Red Dot Design Award for our smart home lighting, which is just, very telling of our LED technology. Here's just a few examples of the products that have, hue color changing temperatures, that have, simple Bluetooth connections, like here on the Halo, or other smart home features in our fixtures.
So, you talk about all this investment in LED technology, and I really feel that Maxim and ET2, Studio M, they're on the forefront of that. And I think, again, now looking into new avenues of business, they're really on the forefront of marketing as well. So Maxim is attempting something that we've never seen in the industry before, which is it's actually quite interesting. So, when you're talking about high-end lighting and, high-end quality products, you'll typically see very strong marketing campaigns behind it. You see this in high-end fashion, jewelry, very artistic, beautiful marketing campaigns. And Maxim, I dare say, I think, is the first lighting manufacturer to really kind of take this step into a new frontier by doing this as well. So they've developed this very beautiful, sophisticated, and stylistic marketing materials and videos and, e-blast and campaigns that not only have they developed for, obviously to promote their brand, but they're actually going to be providing these tools to all of us. So these are tools that are now available to you in digital format that you can use on your platforms to elevate, your exposure and bring Maxim lighting to your customers. So we're actually going to play a quick video that shows just a snippet of some of the material that they've developed for this. And again, I think it's absolutely stunning, just a really bold approach to marketing, especially for the lighting industry. We've really never seen anything like this before.
Yes. I'm really proud of them. Like I said, Kel, this has never been done in the lighting industry before, especially, the majority of this industry is, we're B2B. So the fact that they're now, offering you as a customer content and things. Listen, COVID happened this year, whether people want to talk about it or want to move on from it or whatnot. But the reality is that marketing is going to be different moving forward, whether we're all back and hugging and kissing each other or not. So we have social platforms, we have e-blasts, all of these things in a digital footprint are still going to be extremely important moving forward. And I think it's just amazing that Maxim has created a lot of this content for you guys to post out there, use, and to grab attention from customers in a way that has never been done before. So
Absolutely.
I applaud Maxim. It's very an artistic approach. It's really, if not for anything, it's definitely interesting. And I think it's going to grab new buyers to come to, wow, what else do you have? I can't wait to see more.
Absolutely. I think it's going to draw the attention of people that might have never considered Maxim before. So to go along with that as well, Maxim has developed this wonderful style guide. This is another great resource available to you both in digital and print format. Now, it's funny, I was talking to Jess the other night, and I think the reason we gravitate so much towards this particular piece of collateral is the fact that, when we're working with our customers, right, whether you're in a store or working with your client, it's a matter of identifying, you know, what style really speaks to them. And I think that's the first step in a transaction, right? It's like understanding your client, understanding what their style is and what style do they identify with. And this is a really great resource and tool that helps them figure that out. You know, am I more glam? Am I more mid-century modern? Am I boho? And I think when you can kind of put it together in a piece like this with mood boards and color palettes, like it really helps them identify, you know, with which style they want to, you know, be identified with. And for you as a salesperson,
right,
to be able to guide them in the right direction and right product.
Right. Like it might not necessarily be, you know, this orb with the crystal chandelier on the inside, but oh, your customer's interested in that. Oh, great. They're more of a rustic glam vibe. And now you have a channel to start to focus and showing your products, because it can be very overwhelming. There's tons of lighting out there. You know it. I know it. We live and breathe it every day. So the style guide has a ton of content for you to at least, you know, even if you have a customer that's a couple minutes early, imagine giving them this printout and they can flip through and start to, you know, identify with what their style is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we're going to jump into new 2021 winter releases for Maxim and ET2. And first, we are going to jump into Maxim lighting. So again, Kelly and I are touching on the majority of the new product introductions. Of course, there are more that we could not, you know, fit into this presentation. So please make sure that you follow up on the website and look at everything on there as well. So without further delay, we're going to start with the Franklin collection. Franklin collection is a very rustic charm yet elegant chandelier. I really love the distressed wood finish around this metal banding. I just love the, you know, the gentle black metal arms. They're very, you know, thin and delicate on purpose. We have 3 different sizes. The 2-tier, I think, is a great value when you're looking at so this large piece here is 40 inches wide by 31 3/4, and to your customer at $728 at MAP pricing is really a no-brainer. And we have 2 smaller size chandeliers and a beautiful flush mount at 14 inches under $200. To add to the farmhouse vibe, we have Homestead. So this is a modern blend of metal and wood, you know, looks. So we have a beautiful larger fixture here with 5 candlesticks in the center at 24 inches wide at just under $450. We have a single light pendant, a beautiful 2-light flush mount, which I think is really great. And
I like that. Yeah.
This bathroom vanity. I mean, you know, there's no surprise here that people are straying away from the typical brushed nickel and chrome in the bathrooms. You know, they're doing black hardware, they're mixing metals. So this is a great option as well.
So we have Plumette, you know, so Plumette, I love it. It's very delicate. It's very dainty. You know, it has this really nice kind of daisy chain detail. And I think it's just a nice piece, you know, that fits, I think, into a variety of, you know, traditional to transitional styles, just very clean, you know, nothing, you know, over the top with it. I do like this lantern piece that they did feature here. And again, you know, looking at your price points, I mean, I think this is a great, you know, entry-level piece that could fit in a multitude of applications.
Absolutely. I love the gold leaf finish and the bronze.
Yeah.
It's just gentle, whimsical.
Yeah. Calyx. So Calyx we really like, you know, Calyx is, I love the influences here. It has like almost like a tulip floral type of influence. It's got that abstract detail in the bottom. I really like the way that the tubes have been kind of like all pulled and clustered together. Just gives a very nice like visual detail. Yeah, it's like a little tulip bouquet. Yeah. Exactly. I love that they're cut on an angular slant as well. That gives a little intrigue.
Absolutely. That adds a lot of visual interest. We have 2 different size chandeliers here. And a beautiful double-8 wall sconce. I mean, look at these prices. The wall sconce at $138. Listen, you're getting design and you're getting value, and there's just no questions asked. So here we have the Clarion. I love the 2-tone finishes. You're going to see this a lot. This is no surprise, but I really love what they did here, adding this little glass bobèche underneath the candlestick. I like the 2-tone. I like the chrome with gold. They hit the nail on the head when we talk about sizing. So this large piece right here is 38 inches wide, but it's only 23 inches high. So the majority of us are here on the East Coast. We are less fortunate with really tall ceilings in more cases than not. So here you have a beautiful 8-light chandelier at $528 to your customer, but it's still only 23 inches high. So you have a lot more application process, you know, a lot more applications that you can place this fixture. We have obviously then a 5-light and a really cute 3-light, which is just beautiful in a kid's room, you know, in a dressing room, bathroom, you name it.
It's like an elevated traditional vibe. I like it. Yeah. So Rome is a great piece. You know, we love the detail on this, you know, the fact that these are really tapered on either end. I think it's a very nice modern traditional feel, minimalistic, but clean, almost like it almost has like a torch-like feel to it. Now, I know Jess and I were talking about this earlier, and imagine this piece, you know, changing out the bulb, you know, making it a more sophisticated look with a different bulb type or a different bulb shape. You know, it's definitely something to consider changing out to change the overall feel of the piece.
Yeah, like I could totally see this picture with like the G16.5. For those of you who are familiar with what I'm talking about, it's, you know, the little globe ones on there. It would be amazing. I love the tapered look. I love even the finial on the bottom that's tapered and just it's just a great look. It comes in 3 different finishes, single and double A wall stunts. I think it's great. Madeline.
This is a home run. This is a home run. This is a great piece.
You know, the crystals with the matte black, let me tell you, for those of you that don't know, I'm sure you all do, I'm preaching to the choir, matte black in lighting fixtures is in huge demand. And for a really long time, we just did bronze. So I love the fact that they added this, you know, crystal element with the matte black. All of these crystals come pre-assembled, which is, you know, an interesting tidbit to note. The assembly is not going to be, you know, crazy ridiculous. We do have some really great sizes. We have a beautiful linear island piece at $8.98 to your customer. I mean, look at all, there's a lot of crystal there. You have, I think 6 lights underneath there. That's really going to reflect light through that crystal. The beautiful flush mount I love. Obviously, you know, you have your 20-inch wide pendant and a smaller at, what is that, 10 inches wide. So yeah, I think this is going to be, it's just beautiful.
Great piece. Trestles. So trestle's cool. You know, trestle's got that very cool, like refined industrial vibe, you know, pairs with a really great oil rub bronze, metal shades. And I really love that antique brass rivet detail and that hook suspension. Obviously, I think that contrast is what makes this piece, but we love that vibe. It's definitely, you know, no fuss. It's got the industrial feel to it, but I really like those intricate little details. Here you can see we've got the nice frosted diffuser, the 2 different sizes. We've got the 20-inch and the 14-inch, and then we have our flush mount piece as well, which we do like.
Yeah, I love.
And look at the price points. Again, I mean, under $200 bucks. It's great value.
So here we have Capital.
Capital's a great collection. We love this piece. And, you know, we talk a lot about, you know, with Maxim, you know, when you're thinking Maxim, be thinking about those multi-unit type projects. You know, these are the types of products that you really want to be considering. You know, these are collections that are like, you know, all in. You know, you've got your pendants, you got your decorative linear light, you've got your flush mount, like ready to rock and roll. This is a great entry level piece for that, you know, project or client that's looking to kind of get a little bit of intrigue, a little bit of design, but not willing to break the bank. You know what I mean? I think it's a great collection.
Yeah, I mean, I love this flush mount. I mean, there's like what, Kel, 7 rooms that take a flush mount in the house. 1 dining room chandelier, 1 kitchen. I mean, so you think about it. We keep talking about flush mounts, and people might not be excited about it, but you need a lot of flush mounts if you're working on them. I mean, there's a lot of application for them. I love the linear island piece. You know, for those people that, you know, might want the multiples but only have 1 electrical box, you have a great linear piece at $390. So yeah.
And these prices are all IMAP. Have we discussed that just to make sure everyone's, so everyone's aware on the call?
Yeah, these are all IMAP pricing. Absolutely, good call. So here we have Oslo. Oslo is very, you get the modern Scandinavian vibe, sorry. This is all aluminum, which I think is really great. And I love the detailing on the bottom here. If you look at the aluminum white band, it's really gonna, you know, reflect that light, you know, prevent any glare that might happen. I just think the white is gonna take that light and bounce it right back down. You know, it's really gonna throw light out. You know, I love the matte white shades. I think that's kind of like a new direction. I'm feeling, you know, white, adding it, you know, even though you might have like black or gold hardware or something in a kitchen, white is kind of a new feel. So we have 3 different sizes in this pendant. We have a 19-inch wide, a 16-inch wide, and a 12-inch wide. Even the small one at 12 inches wide, that's not small. I mean, you know, and it's solid. When we talk about pendants, of course, this is solid metal as opposed to like a clear glass pendant, which would have a feel of being smaller. So, you know, then the 19-inch wide, which could be very much an apartment size over a kitchen table at $278 to your customer. I think they did a great job in price and design.
Duo. This is a fantastic collection. You know, I really like the sleek minimalistic approach to this piece, you know, the double glass, the soft inner white shade in that transparent outer. This is a very like sought after look. It's just clean, it's classy, you know, and we were talking about earlier, you know, the average unit has an opportunity for 7 flush mounts. Like this is like a go-to. This should be like a staple, but I think it's just a very clean, you know, great integrated LED. We like to joke around. It's the multi-unit monster because it's just made to go in these types of projects and applications. It's a great piece.
One of us that we love Duo.
Yeah. I think people are going to make fun of us in general that we geek out over lighting, but that's okay.
So like Kelly said, this is dedicated LED. Let me tell you guys, this throws a lot of light. Of course, this is fully dimmable, 3000 K color temperature. The large one at 20 inches wide, we have a 32 watt LED module. I mean, for those of you who don't know 32 watts, it is, you know, we used to have an incandescent that was a 40 watt light bulb. This 32 watt is way more, you know, efficient and throwing out a lot more light, you know, than the terminology that we talk about. So just make sure that this is dedicated LED and you look at the delivered lumens on here because it's incredible. Now we have sleek. I really love the fact that they put this clear CD glass on here. It could have been just really simple, beautiful, like matte black frame. I like the antique brass socket covers. I love the thin bow beshes. I just think it's, you know, clean. Like Kelly and I were talking, it's kind of like that hurricane vibe, but it's more modern.
Yeah.
Elevated. And the great thing about it is this big piece, we have a 5 light here, guys, that is 40 inches wide at $160 to your customer. You try and find something more within style, that size, that amount of sockets in that price point, I challenge you.
So then we have Tux. So Tux, I think, is just, you know, it's a nice nod to the mid 20th century, just clean, classic, very, you know, just very gorgeous, you know, simple lined piece. You know, I think it's got that nice modern traditional vibe. You know, it definitely has, you know, I think an opportunity to go in a multitude of applications. And again, in our black, you know, we talk about their two-tone, you know, we've got the black option. I love the two-tone with the crisp, you know, white candle sleeves against the black. I mean, it's all about the black, and you're going to continue to see that, I think, through the spring and summer as a trend. But look at the value on this. I mean, a sconce for $70, you know, a chandelier, $378, $230. I mean, these price points are fantastic for somebody who's looking for something with a little bit of extra, but not willing to break the bank. I think these are great pieces to consider.
Yeah, I like the gentle, like, swooping of the arms. I think it's just very placeable. I see like a lot of applications, like, it could be in a traditional home that's trying to be a little bit more transitional.
Yeah.
Be very transitional. You know, I think it's.
I could see it in a really crazy, eclectic home with like tons of colors, and then just this basic, you know, very clean line piece. I mean, it's very placeable.
So here we have the Crosby. This is really simple, but I really want to draw your attention here to the glass. So we have beautiful clear ribbed glass on here. You see the reflection on the wall right there on the wall sconce. I mean, it just elevates this. It would have been too simple to put just clear glass. I love that they fitted the ring. They fitted this glass with a ring that matches, you know, the coordinating chandelier. I just think it's beautiful, very simple. We have 2 different sizes. We have a 2-tier here and a single tier. I mean, guys, the 2-tier at $598 in the the gold. There's immense value. And then the 2 light wall sconce at $100. It could be mounted vertically, horizontally. I can see them on sides.
Yeah.
Of the I can see it above. It's great.
I mean, $200 and you're done. Your bathroom done. You know,
and
I mean, that's
style.
Great.
It's what everybody wants. I mean, yeah. Here we have Wesley. It's just a very gentle, modern chandelier. People like, I think, especially like my age, people who are maybe more modern, but not as adventurous, they think of themselves as transitional. This is like a great piece for them because, and especially the fact that they showed it with these tubular bulbs, it's amazing. I love the fact that the black comes with polished chrome candlesticks. I love the gold. There's, you know, a lot of people are going gold today, but it's still, you know, a chandelier, but in a very different take. So two different size chandeliers, a single arm sconce at, how much is this? I mean, come on, $76 in the gold. Crazy. And a 2-arm at $124.
Lovell, love the Lovell. So I'm sorry, we cannot get enough of Sputniks. You know, we see them all over the place. They're not going anywhere. But I do feel that this is a really great interpretation, that mid-century modern look that people can't get enough of. And an interesting note about this piece, you know, when we were looking at it, we thought that this glass here was glass. It's actually not. It's a bulb. It's an inset bulb. Yeah. So they basically incorporated the bulb into the overall design of the piece. So I thought that was a playful choice on their part. So a great piece.
So this is the new size, more of a linear piece. This could be great pulled up to the ceiling. I mean, what's the height on this? This is only 4 3/4 high. So with your stem, you could very easily put this on an 8-foot ceiling in a hallway, you know, have it running linear with you, pull it up into a master bedroom over a bed so that you have the light spanning, you know, wide, but it's nice and tight. Of course, we love the 3-light vanity and the 2-light wall sconce. I love the two-tone. Sputniks are not going away, guys. Sorry.
Wings. So wings is a fun piece. So honestly, by looking at it, obviously, it's a very unique piece, very geometrical, sharp angled. I really like kind of that offset cluster you can see in the video there. And that strong contrast between that antique brass and black. It definitely has a contemporary and warm feel at the same time, especially with those vintage T10 bulbs. You know, Jess and I were talking about this piece the other day when we were going through the presentation, and, you know, we really feel like they actually designed, obviously specifically for that T10, like they designed around it, which I thought was great. I really, really am a fan of that top right piece. Yeah, that semi-flush piece. I just think it's such a unique piece. You know, I think more and more we're finding a demand and a styling to look for something for your ceiling that's a little bit more of interest, and that definitely hits that category.
Well, again, here we are nerds talking about a flush.
I know,
semi-flush. Sorry, semi-flush, because how many applications are there in a home? And and let's be honest, guys, it's hard to find a decorative semi-flush or flush that is visually interesting and has a great design, but, you know, isn't breaking the bank. So this flush, semi-flush, oh my God, why do I keep doing that? As if this is my first time selling lighting. This is 25 inches wide. It is $114, $114 to your customer. It's very, very visually interesting. I mean, it's great. I have to say, it's great. I just love it all. I want it. I'll take another one.
Well, listen, if we say that you got an average of 7, I mean, this is your moneymaker. I think that's why we're so fixated on semi-flush and flush mounts these days. And I think we all want to, you know, we all want to make money, and we all want to make sure we're focusing on categories and opportunities like that. So
yeah, no, that's true. And you know, at $114, you're not making a lot, but like we said, you're selling a lot of them. You know, of course you're going to get the dining room chandelier. Let's hope you're going to get the dining room chandelier.
Yeah.
You know, in the kitchen, in the bedroom, but there's a lot of semi-flush out.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So we expanded upon the Polaris. Again, like I said before, Sputniks are not going anywhere. This is beautiful clear glass rods coming from a classic Sputnik shape. I love the new warm satin brass finish. So that is the new finish for us here. And we also did a line extension. We've had this Sputnik in the polished chrome. So what I think is amazing, so we had this smaller size at 25 inches wide. We now have a larger Sputnik size that is 40 inches by 40 inches available in chrome and warm satin brass. But my favorite size that they nailed it and killed it out of the park is this new size right here with my cursor. So this is 40 inches wide. It is round. It is not linear. It is 40 inches wide all around, but it is only 20 inches high, guys. So I know you have had that customer that is dying to have a Sputnik because they love this look and feel, and they just don't have the height. And this is your perfect application, you know, solution for that application, because, you know, at 20 inches high, but a 40-inch wide Sputnik, this is so much more placeable. We also have a beautiful semi-flush again, which, you know, there's a lot of application there. I just love the new brass finish. It's just very trendy, still very much in keeping with what people are looking for today.
So, you know, we talk about Maxim. Sorry, Jess, we're so excited to talk about it. We talk about Maxim, you know, being, you know, a resource for your, you know, your unit project, builder projects. We really want you to remember Maxim and to be thinking of them, because we're obviously talking a lot about the decorative products today, but there are so many multitude of products that can offer you solutions for those types of projects. And we have so many great low profile wafer lights you see there on the side, trim, sky, diverse. There's a lot of opportunity to utilize Maxim. And Guys, as Ricci Sales, we have some great resources and staff, to help you, assist you on those types of projects. Rob Antonecchia, who is part of our builder division, he's very fluent with the needs of the builder markets. And we understand, the demands and needs that you have when you're going up, for a project like this. And when you're considering certain manufacturers, make sure that you are throwing Maxim in the mix, that you are understanding what you have available to you from the Maxim lineup. And we are willing to support you and be there for you on price point, on design, whatever you need. Definitely don't forget to approach us with those types of projects.
So true. Like Kelly said, I mean, we have under cabinet light, we have recessed replacements, we have, the trim, very low profile. We have a ton of product, and we're just talking about the majority of decorative today, but let's jump into Rogue here. So like Kelly said, our team is incredible in this field. We have a team dedicated towards this to help you specify. So Rogue here actually came, I like to pride ourselves on it. It actually came from Ricci Sales and a demand that we were met with that we didn't have a product to fit. So Rogue is a very simple flush mount. It is a acrylic diffuser, very, very, light in weight. But the amazing part of this is if you know hallways, if you know multi-units, there's this poor little maintenance guy who has the task of keeping LED, like light bulbs, fresh, replacing them. And so this fixture was designed for that lovely maintenance guy. So this fixture, literally, it's up against the ceiling, and it's kind of sitting in an X bracket that's hanging from the mounting point in the ceiling. And literally what that maintenance man does is he takes his two hands, he gently lifts up the fixture, does like a quarter turn, and that entire lens can come out of the ceiling and you can replace a light bulb. It's incredible. There is not a single tool that you need. This comes in a dedicated LED version as well as an E26 socket option. Your choice, what you prefer to use. We're talking about replacing bulbs because we know the inevitable, but some people really love the dedicated LED as well, and our technology is definitely reliable for that. So we now have a new size for the Rogue. We have a 13-inch wide flush mount. This comes in black, satin nickel, and a gold. And then again, we have a 17-inch wide fixture that we've had in the line for quite some time now. It's an amazing fixture. The price points, look at this, guys. I mean, it's just crazy. Obviously the integrated ones, as you can see, are much more expensive than the E26 socket bases, but whatever your project requires. And we'll get into job quoting in a little bit as well.
And I will tell you that Rogue piece is popular. I've quoted it quite a bit on a lot of job work, and it's striking. It's definitely got the weight to it as well. It's a very high-end quality piece that I think, again, just definitely make sure you consider it when you're looking at those corridors and those multi-unit projects. So talking about, the generation of, the next gen of LED disc lights, we've all seen these, they came out, and you can see the evolution over the past few decades. We've definitely come a long way since its inception. But what I love about Maxim is really how they've taken the technology forward. We keep talking about Maxim and how they really invested heavily in the LED and technology game in the beginning. And I think that only, of course, helped them now to have some of the most, spectacular LED disc lights on the market today.
Yeah.
They really focused on, light illumination, diffusion, not having those hot spots, the low profile. I mean, what are these? Just an inch?
These are under an inch, actually. These are 3/4 inch thick. These are edgelit technology. Like I said, I can't stop talking about it, but ET2 has really far surpassed all of their competition. Their LED technology is incredible. You're not, like Kelly said, getting any hot spots. That lens is definitely diffusing. You're bright. We understand the need for these because sometimes in a multi-unit rental apartment, it could be reliant on one flush mount in that bedroom, although we hate it. And we are more of, lighting people who want to layer that light, but we get it, So they definitely popped very powerful LED modules in here. You have all different sizes, all different finishes. You have round, you have square. These can be put in a pancake box. These are your alternatives for multi-units instead of doing recess where you need a fire rated box. And there's so much that goes into putting recess now. It's really, we've seen them going away from recessed in multi-units. So this is your amazing solution. Also on the bottom left-hand corner, I like to point out, we have a beautiful pendant accessory that is, can be purchased separately and attached to any of these flush mounts to have a more modern pendant style.
Absolutely. And this is another great example. Yeah, I agree, Jess. This is a great example, of a bath vanity that I think is a very, highly sought after look. It's clean, it's minimal. This is, I think, when we're looking for just a really great, output of light and some very nice design, sleek minimalism. Not to mention, I love the fact that we have this in a gold finish. You don't really see that often. You see this a lot in a black and a polished and a nickel, but you really don't see a lot of gold. And I love that we have that finish option for this collection.
I mean, tons of different sizes. Again, the LEDs popping out light there. It's just nice to have a square option. There's a lot of round options out there. I love the gold. Just a great option.
So you talk about the customization too, right? You talk about the customization of Maxim lighting. So, I think sometimes we forget, where we have opportunities to take a project and instead of walk away, be like, oh, it doesn't come in that finish or whatever. And I think, for Maxim, they really do dive in heavily to work with us, especially like we talk about, guys, with that job quoting, if you have a particular finish that you're trying to match up to. So this is an example of a finish all the way to the right. We were trying to get to this finish over here, and you can see where Maxim presented us with a multitude of solutions for that. So this is where we cannot stress enough that Maxim is your partner. They are here to work with you. We are here to work with you, to support you, to get you to the finishes that you need, the specs that you need, the price points you need. Maxim can do custom work and is actually quite good at it. I've actually had a few experiences with it myself, and I've been quite pleased with the support that we've had from them. So I definitely urge you to take advantage of that and approach us with those opportunities when they come. But I thought this was a great graphic to show of how, this is what we brought them and how they were able to meet the challenge for us.
Well, and I think, Kelly, like we educated everybody that they are very much a family company. They are still run by family. So there's a lot of love that's poured into these companies. And so because you have people who have been in this for generations, they're not going to say no. So come to us with the opportunity, come to us with a job quote and tell us where we need to be. If we need to, value engineer something like we did the Rogue, for a previous project, they're here. They have an amazing team. Their capabilities are incredible. And, just because they have one finish that they offer it in doesn't mean that they can't make it to match your project. So come to us. We have the team, we have the resources. We're here to partner with you, and we're here to just make that whole project very smooth transitions and easy. So now we're going to jump into the ET2 winter release.
Blossom. All right. So first up is Blossom. So we really love this glass. So this is it's called a morning frost glass on this piece. And what we love is that they partially frosted that to conceal the LED light source that's tucked up in there. But I love that they left like the tip clear. I just think it's a really beautiful piece of glass. Yeah, it looks really, we haven't had the pleasure of seeing it yet in person, but it looks really like chunky and really well made. And we're excited to see this in person as soon as it gets safe for everyone for markets. But a great collection. I mean, some incredible scaling and size opportunities. I mean, that big guy, we're looking at, what is that? 70 inches in length. I mean, imagine these in long corridors or, just really great statement pieces. This is a really exciting collection. It definitely mimics a very popular look in the design trend. And I love this interpretation on Maxim's part, but great finishes too. I mean, we love that gold. And again, we cannot talk about black enough. Black is back, people, and we love it. Absolutely love it. But I think this is a great collection.
I just love how organic the shapes are. They're beautiful. The glass is chunky. They did a great job. So here we have the signature, which we're so dumb when we were going through this, we didn't realize this is mimicked on, a signature. Which is makes so much sense. So now I'm never going to forget the name of this collection. We're such nerds.
We're nerds. Sorry, guys. We
one thing to notice is that we have two different finishes here. We have a brushed champagne, which is the gold, and we have a black chrome. Black chrome is going to pop up in a lot of ET2's new introductions. It's really important that you focus on this because I think from some of the photographs, if you haven't seen it in person, like we haven't, it's hard to mistake this as just chrome, but there's like a gunmetal. It's very dark. You'll see later in the slides, we have some more close-ups. I think it's a great finish that they introduced. So we have here the two different finishes, just very gentle, organic. Again, the LEDs are hidden behind that frosted acrylic diffuser. Oh my God, I'm talking so fast. And you're not going to see any diodes or hotspots or anything there. You're going to have a ton of illumination. Cables are fully adjustable, and you can of course dim these fixtures as well.
Rolo. So we like Rolo. You know, this is a great piece. It utilizes a really cool technique. So they do this hydro dipping technique to achieve what they call an antique pecan finish, which I love that word, pecan. I love it. I love saying it. I love the look of it. I think they nailed it with that description.
Yeah.
But I think it just goes and it
Ooh.
pairs so beautifully with that black. I mean, I just love that richness of that finish. It definitely shows that they did that unique technique to apply that finish. So this is an LED integrated light source, and it very, you know, smoothly illuminates that entire rod. But
It
we live,
almost makes this look like wood, which is like, I'm very
yeah,
into, you know, the natural material. The finish is great.
absolutely.
It's definitely, you know, a higher end finish. There's a lot of light that comes out of here too, guys. I'm telling you, this is dedicated LED, the delivered lumens, you're gonna get it. These stems can all be pulled up tight to the ceiling. You could put this, you know, fixture over a dining room table, or you could put it above, you know, a master bedroom where you have a lower ceiling. So there's a lot of applications here as well. Robotica.
Robotica.
So the neat thing to point out here is that these hinges right about here, they all, you know, pivot and rotate. So you can kind of direct the light where you need it. The acrylic diffuser is actually in a V shape, which you can see in this video a little bit better. So it's really gonna, you know, direct light in kind of a neat corner instead of just in one direction. It's kind of gonna spread that light out a little bit further. You have two different sizes, and the pricing is incredible on this. I mean, you would all think that this fixture at $1,028 to your customer would be a typo. It's not. We thought it was a typo. It's not. You're getting a ton of light in here as well, and fully dimmable. So I just really like the organic modern feel of this.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Bobble. So Bobble's a really fun piece. It features a very heavy bubble glass that's suspended in this very cool, high-end, avant-garde type look with that red cord. Very unexpected, you know, definitely leaves an impression. I could see this in a really grand, you know, foyer entryway of a large home, or, you know, we see it here in this type of commercial application. But I think this is a great piece, really unique and unexpected and fun.
Yeah, and again, if you look at that glass, I mean, it's thick. It is a blow
Yeah.
glass with a really thick bottom rim. It's just very unique. I really love the red cable, adding like an artistic element in the
Mm-hmm.
lighting, which you might not find in another fixture. So we have two different size canopies. Again, all of these cables are fully adjustable on site, so you can determine, you know, where you want those pendants to hang. We have a 23.5-inch wide canopy and a 31.5, so perfect sizes there as well. Then we
Union.
have Union, and
Mm.
Union is obviously a bunch of intersecting rings. The cool thing is it has three really, you know, popular finishes that mix and match today. And you know, in the design world, they're mixing and matching metals. It's no longer, you know, staying focused on one. And I really like that aspect of it. So here you have the black chrome, which you can see in this video very clearly. Then you have a gold, and you also have a rose gold. So it's just a really nice, you know, mix of those three. I have seen this installation against a wall as artwork, which I thought was really cool, you know, in maybe a New York City apartment, you know, kind of more of like a wall art, something like that. You have two different sizes. So A is actually a little bit more linear, and then B is a more vertical fixture. Again, you can adjust all of those cables as well.
Fungo Impala. So, you know, Jess and I talk a lot about, you know, trends and, you know, what we see in the marketplace, and these types of really cool individual, you know, larger scale pendants, they're definitely still popular. They're still hot. You know, you see them a lot in kitchen applications, a lot of home offices now. You know, these are really cool pieces. We really love the finishes on these, the richness of them. You know, you've got the contrasting black and satin brass, or dark gray and coffee, or satin nickel and black. And what's really fun about the Fungo pieces, this is a unibody design.
Yeah.
So it literally like folds up in itself, right? You
I
can
know,
see it there.
really
And
cool.
folds up. Yeah, it's
And I like the
so
two-tone, like,
Yeah.
so you kind of get the gold from like the underneath part. And it's, you know, I mean, you know, light up against gold is gonna, look at that glow. You're just gonna get like a ton of glow. I think they're unique, really. So we have some ET2 expansions as well. So the Grove we've had before in the collection, you'll see the rest of it on the next slide. But they came out with a 4-tier, which I think has a ton of applications for it. So the interesting thing to note here is this top ring up here has the LED channel in the top of that ring. So that is meant to shine the light up on the ceiling and bounce it back down. The largest ring as well has the LED channel up in the top as well. Then you get into the third ring, and that channel is actually on the inside of that ring. So that's going to help glow, you know, kind of more up and down within all of the rings. And then the bottom one has the channel shining down, whether it be on your table, whether it be on like the entry table, or wherever you do place this. The other thing to note too is we're showing it with all of these rings horizontally, but they could be on the angle, they could be, you know, intermixed within one another. You could hang, you know, the tall one, the widest one all the way at the bottom. There's a lot of applications here. And then we also have a new perpetual shape and a new finish. So here again is the groove. I really like the flush mount too. I like that it's that whole gold, you know, metal canopy. And then you have this really sleek channel. You have,
it's just so clean. It's such a clean piece.
It really is. It's so clean. Again, the black and the gold is beautiful, guys. It's not, you know, way back when we used to talk about brass. It's not the yellow brass. It's a really soft satin gold. So yeah, and this is also Bluetooth technology capable, so you can, you know, link it in with your smart homes, which is a huge selling feature as well. Then we talk about the perpetual. So we have a brushed champagne, and we also have that the black chrome here. So this is a new size, and then the black chrome is a whole new finish for the entire collection, which you can kind of see in these two pictures up in the top right-hand corner. Again, not to be mistaken, they're not chrome. They're really more gunmetal-y, but very much with that high shine. So one really important thing to note that I feel like is not a well-known factor is that Maxim has an amazing portal. Every single one of you who are already an existing customer, you already have a login and password. So reach out to your Ricci sales rep. We would be more than happy to give you your login and password. There's a portal for Maxim. There's also a portal for ET2. It's the same password. So once you enter it and save it, you know, your computer's good to go. But what can you do on this portal? So you can do things like, you know, initiate RGAs and start that process. Although we have Jane at the office who can help you, you can get started here. You can check inventory. You can check inventory on both coasts, find out exactly how many are in California, how many are in Georgia. You can look up your order status, get any tracking information. You can pull off price lists, whether they're PDF or Excel. You can grab accounting documents. There's a ton of stuff on here. This is where you would also find those tools that we were talking about, like the search videos, and the style guide is all housed in your Maxim partner link. So like I said, if you don't have your login, please reach out to your rep. We'd be more than happy to give you that information.
Probably the most important note, yeah, with the portal is exactly like when we're not available, like late night or early, you know, it's like you want an answer, you want it now, you've always got this resource available. I mean, we're always here to help you, obviously, your Ricci sales team, but there are times, you know, when you need something at an odd hour and you've got it right at your fingertips. So yeah, definitely reach out if you need your refresher for your login for that. You know, and also with that, you know, we were talking about, you know, COVID, and it is true, you know, COVID obviously rocked all of our worlds this past year. And I think, you know, more than ever, our manufacturers have been dedicating so many resources, so many more tools to their websites, to their social platforms. So we certainly urge you, you know, to make sure if you're not already following them to see what's new. You know, we finally have had the opportunity to do this together, Jessica and I, to do webinars. But before the webinars, if you wanted to see what was new, a lot of it you would see on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or their website. So definitely be sure that you're checking out all of those tools. Everything that we covered today is available, as we stated. It's just very important, I'd say more than ever, to make sure that you're connected digitally with your manufacturers directly, because, you know, there's always some new update, and we want to make sure that you have the latest information at your fingertips.
I mean, it's not going away. I know that for some people it can be a little bit overwhelming. To be honest with you, all you have to do is make an account. You don't even have to post. You just can kind of have like a view from the outside in, and just kind of, you know, things will pop up on your page. Things will pop up on your page. It'll be there for you. You really, you know, just sign up and get an account is what I'm trying to say, because there's a lot of content there. It's not going away, guys.
I think you're right. I think that's a good point, Jess. Like, a lot of people feel like when they sign up for social, it's like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. That's like so much work, or I have to post. It's like, no, you don't have to do anything. Just make an account and then follow who you want. And then that's it. You can just observe. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, in keeping with that, we would really love you to follow us. Kelly and I are in
Please.
Of our Instagram lighting inspo, as well as our Facebook. We're actually going live on our Facebook as we speak right now. So make sure that you're following both of those platforms. We are posting all of the brands that Ricci Sales represents. Please interact with us. Please send us a direct message and let us know who's behind that page. We're here to talk to you, to help you. You know, if you post something and tag us, we will more than we would be more than pleased to repost you and elevate your brand and support you as well. We're here to help you, really. It's a two-way street, and we're here. So whatever we can do, if we need to send you, install images, if you're saying, hey, I'm working on, somebody wants, the blah, blah, blah from Maxim, I can't even think of a name as we just went through the whole presentation. We can shoot you some install images that we see. We can send them right there to your message on Instagram. So we're there. In addition, we are really happy to see those of you who have been following us for the last 6 weeks. We have now added a YouTube channel where you can see all of our webinars pre-recorded. So for those of you who are new and are jumping on our webinar today as the first time, be sure you go back and go to our YouTube page. It's linked in our Instagram. It'll also be linked in a follow-up email after this webinar. We have a Hudson Valley one and a Hubbard and Forge one that is pre-recorded on there for you to look at on demand. But with that, we really appreciate all of the audience. We appreciate the interaction. We are, as we look at what, training looks like in 2021, we're embracing this digital world, but at the same time, we don't want to talk to you about something that you're not interested in. So right now we're going through new introductions because we felt it was very timely without, having all of these markets, unfortunately. But please send us a message, reach out to your Ricci sales rep, talk to Steve. Please let us know what kind of content you're looking for. I really see this going in a more curated, individual training with your team, or very specific, targeted webinars. So please let us know, because we're here to help you. And if we're talking about stuff that you're not interested in, then we're just spinning our wheels.
Exactly. We're just talking to ourselves. So
which we do anyway, as you can see, all day long.
But yeah, no, we certainly, I think it's a good point to mention that, we've been doing these sessions now for 6 weeks. We love it. But if there's ever, a need or desire to have us host something for your teams, we're always available. Jessica and I are really embracing this, and we're eager to talk to you and have more intimate one-on-ones with your teammates. So if you'd like to schedule something with that, you can reach out to your rep, reach out to Steve. We're more than happy to schedule those as well. So definitely, please, we want to keep this momentum going. So thanks so much. Yeah. If anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to your sales rep. You can shoot us an email. If anyone has an immediate question right now, I know Steve is manning the chat box, so feel free to fire away. But I think with that, I think we're good.
Oh, also, I do want to mention, obviously those of you that are here are subscribed to our Marketing at Ricci Sales emails. Please make sure that your teammates are. Please make sure that they're getting our emails. We put a lot of thought and intent behind them. Share with whoever. We're talking about IMAP pricing here. We're free to, your customers interested on something, they can go to our YouTube channel and they can watch and learn all about the brand. It's here for everybody. So please share the knowledge, share the views, share us, anybody that we need to add to our marketing content emails. We'd be more than happy to. So I don't want to keep you guys. I know it's 2:52. So if anybody has questions, we're here for you. Otherwise, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Great. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time.
Bye.
Bye.